Aloha and welcome to our review of the Old Lahaina Luau. 10 years ago, when we first visited the Old Lahaina Luau on our honeymoon to the Hawaiian Islands, it instantly became the bar to which we judged the many other luaus we would visit and review in the years following. As 2020 loomed into view, we knew we needed to go back to visit this superb and iconic luau, so made plans to head back. COVID had other ideas, and in fact changed the very fabric of the luau, meaning we really needed to head back. Then, in 2023, a catastrophic fire ripped through the historic town of Lahaina, destroying nearly all of this once vibrant West Maui icon. Somehow, a tiny sliver of the town was largely untouched, and residing in that sliver were the grounds of the Old Lahaina Luau, miraculously untouched and once again changing the luau forever. While the grounds were largely untouched, the people and the area were severely damaged, and the luau could not reopen for almost a year after the fire. The very thought of dancing and celebrating so close to the scene of the tragedy would have been unthinkable. But the reopening is part of the healing of the town, and we were delighted when the luau once again threw open its doors, and we headed back as soon as possible to support the business and give thanks to the small miracle of its surviving. The first thing we would say about booking the luau is to do it as soon as possible. We don't want to drop spoilers on our review so early on, but it is easily the best luau in the area and has a pretty small capacity. This means it sells out fast. So right after this video, if you like the look of the luau, maybe get straight onto booking your place. You can find the links to book in the description. We don't want you to miss out. Price-wise, this is one of the cheaper luau's on the island. We should definitely highlight our use of the word cheaper, not cheap, but it is significantly less than some of the South Maui luau's, despite you getting quite a bit more for your money. Currently, the Old Lahaina Luau comes in at $230 per person, whereas the Feast at Mokapu or the Te Ao Moana Luau tip the scales at over $300 per person. The Royal Lahaina Luau in Kahanapali is cheaper than the Old Lahaina, but really, when you consider how good the Old Lahaina Luau is, it's worth the extra cost easily. There are only two booking options with the Old Lahaina Luau, which is nice, the traditional and the table and chairs. These are the same price, and the luau avoids the usual upsell to premium, giving everyone a premium experience. This starts on arrival with the personal greeting and the flower lei. Many non-premium options at Maui's many luau's only get you a shell lei. At Old Lahaina Luau, you get a beautiful orchid flower lei. It's the only way to start off your luau experience. You are then escorted to your seat for the evening. These are pre-assigned at booking, with the best seats going to the earliest bookers, another reason to book early, and also means it avoids the rush at the beginning of the luau to get the best seats, as it's all just pre-assigned. The choice between table and chairs and traditional is entirely your preference. You get the same experience, it's the same price, it's just a case of do you want to sit on the floor, at the front, or at the more comfortable tables and chairs that are just slightly further back. We always go for traditional, just because we like to be authentic, and that is what the Old Lahaina Luau is all about. But after an hour or two seated on the floor, our back and bums were craving the comfort of a nice proper chair. Certainly, if you are going to have issues sitting on a hard floor for over 2 hours, definitely consider the tables and chairs. But we love the fact it's just preference and there is no price or service difference between the two. Just choose which one suits you best. We got a personal name card, which is a nice touch, and an amazing welcome from our server, who instantly hurried off to bring us our first Mai Tai. We took this down to the stunning waterfront to explore the various activities and get some amazing waterside photos as the sun begins to dip down into the ocean. They have a professional photographer, but you need to pay for the prints. Some other luau's do offer free digital copies. There were various displays of traditional arts and crafts and some fun games for the kids. And we just wandered around taking in the beautiful setting and the amazing sunset. We then headed over to the underground emu oven where the evening's meal was being prepared. The unearthing ceremony is one of the most important parts of the luau, and we feel it's a bit overlooked at many luau's. But at the Old Lahaina Luau, it's front and centre and participation is practically mandatory, and great fun. We then headed back to our seats to start on the luau feast while some precursory music acts performed on the stage. The drinks were amazing. This is a full open bar and the drinks flowed all night, to the point we kind of forget what we had. There were definitely a lot of great Mai Tais, a few lava flows, and a good selection of beers and wine. There was no written menu, and instead we ordered directly from the server. But the drinks flowed all night, and we never had an empty glass, and the server even came around to prompt us the bar was closing, and would we like to get a last drink, which obviously he went to get for us as it was table service all night. Drinks-wise, we never wanted for anything, and had amazing service for the entire evening. The meal is a 4-course meal, plus a bread course, which is served at the table family style. The starter comes out early and is a selection of Hawaiian luau classics. breadfruit hummus, homemade taro chips, and a selection of hoipia and kulolo, which both have an interesting taste and texture. Not really our favourite, but worth trying. This was more of a nibbles course and was left out while we explored the luau grounds. Next up was the traditional course, which was our favourite and featured several luau classics. Pua kalua, roasted underground pork, lomi lomi salmon, pork lau lau in banana leaf, some amazing ahi poke, and a pahole salad, which was really interesting as the fern shoots had a really unique flavour. And of course we were served some poi, which is pounded taro root and is usually pretty ghastly. This is the first poi that we actually considered edible. It wasn't nice, but it was better than the usual purple wallpaper paste we are served, and the rest of the course was fantastic. The main course is a little more to a mainlander's taste buds, but still has a nice Polynesian flair. Flat iron steak with a lovely puccini and truffle glaze, fresh Pacific grilled fish, which for us was mahi mahi, and some amazing huli huli chicken. This was served with roast taro, various salads, and a taro dinner roll. We did like this course, but felt it catered a bit too much to the familiar rather than the traditional, but we know some people are less adventurous with their tastes. For dessert, we got a delicious pineapple cake along with candied hibiscus and some locally produced chocolate. Hawaiian desserts are usually a letdown, it's just not their cultural strong point, but this was decent and the chocolate was really stunning. We really love the fact the luau has switched to table service. A buffet always has a cheaper feel to it, and while the change was forced by COVID, we like the fact that it has stuck, and it gives more opportunities for the excellent service staff who used to do little more than just clear the plates. It was overall an excellent meal and far better than the old buffet offerings, and we were definitely full enough by the end. This is the real star of the Old Lahaina Luau and is one of our favourite shows anywhere in Hawaii. The Ha Breath of Life show at the Polynesian Cultural Centre on Oahu's North Shore is the only real rival, and while that is more flamboyant and over the top, almost rivalling a Cirque du Soleil show, this is far more intimate and personal. Most luau's showcase the Hawaiian dancing styles and explain the diverse and wonderful styles the Hawaiians and Polynesians have used for centuries. But the shows can be a bit flat. The performers are amazing and the music and costumes beautiful, but it's a bit, hey, this is hula, look how beautiful it is, with no real story or substance. At the Old Lahaina Luau, it's all a bit different and the performance is used to tell a story. This is how hula is meant to be used, as a way for the old Hawaiians to pass down stories through the ages. They had no TV or internet, obviously, and only limited written word, so dancing was how they told their history and their myths and their legends. It's a great show, and the mele and the hula really come to life with vibrant chants and calls from the performers, and the story of gods and kings are really fascinating. We really loved it, and it made us remember just why we love the Old Lahaina Luau so much. You even get the chance to get up and have a go yourself. One of the most popular elements of most Hawaiian luau's are the fire knife dances. We tourists love these amazing shows, and they have become part of luau culture. Wikipedia describes them as such. See the issue? Where in that paragraph is Hawaii, or luau's mentioned at all? Fire knife dancing is Samoan, not Hawaiian. There is absolutely no record of fire knife dancing anywhere in the Hawaiian record, until the 40s or 50s when a Samoan studying in Hawaii reinvented the dance for modern audiences. The Old Lahaina Luau strives to be as authentic as possible, so excludes the fire knife dance, replaced instead by more authentic Hawaiian dances. As far as we know, this is the only luau on the islands to have the courage to do this, and we highly commend them for it. If you just have to see fire dancers as part of the show, this is probably not the luau for you, but if you're looking for a truly authentic experience, this is as close as you're going to get. Although it is worth mentioning that even the Old Lahaina Luau is still pretty tourist orientated. There really is no such thing as an authentic luau, as the whole concept has been tailored away from tradition and more towards a modern touristic interpretation. Modern luau's are just quite different from the kind of luau you would have found in the historic times. We loved the Old Lahaina Luau when we first visited all those years ago, and after voyaging all across the islands, visiting many of Hawaii's best luau's, the Old Lahaina Luau always remained the standard bearer, and upon our return, it's only got better. The heartbreaking fires have added an emotional touch to proceedings, but we try to look past that to avoid any bias, and the luau is still head and shoulders above the rest. The food was all excellent, even the poi. The drinks flowed all night, with us never having an empty glass, and we could be a real handful for any waitstaff trying to keep up with us. The show is best in class and really shows the amazing performers' skills the way they should be performed. Overall, we just loved our return visit here, and I can scarcely think of any way to complain. A service fee is built into the price, so there's no need to tip, but we did anyway, just because of the outstanding service we received. The only downside is the surge pricing Uber deployed as we left the luau, but that's not the luau's fault, and we just headed to the Mala Ocean Tavern for a last drink while the prices dropped back down. If you're looking for an amazing traditional luau experience on Maui without completely breaking the bank, the Old Lahaina Luau is the absolute perfect choice. And even if money is no object, we still recommend the Old Lahaina Luau. So mahalo to the Old Lahaina Luau for keeping these amazing Hawaiian traditions alive. Thanks for watching.